So I just put out a little TikTok talking all about how we've got all these sort of big old, these big or newish build like warehouse shops all over the place, like your Currys, your PC World, Argos, and DFS or whatever, that we frankly do not need. We don't need these big fucking shops at all anymore. We have the internet. All you really need is just like keep their central warehouses and distribution centers open, but you do not need a shop front or a shop floor to be selling stuff like that. Not in this day and age, not really. So like get rid of these big ass shops and turn them into flats because we've got a big housing crisis on. And there's a bit more nuance to this also. I'll try and get into and unpack that nuance just a little bit. But yeah, like we don't need like a Currys or PC World. Like flats, brownfield site, you know, or like disused industrial estates. I happen to know that the industrial estate on the outskirts of Westbury, it's basically like a ghost town now. There's hardly anything there in terms of like businesses actually operating in it, as I understand it. Then there's the issue of office space that like the billions of square meters of office space in the country, or millions of it, that's just disused, and it's not like it's not going to sell. Like, for instance, I saw this office building in Swindon, massive sign on it, offices to let, just outside the train station. And I just watched it like late in the afternoon or so. I was like, no lights on, no one going into it or coming out of it. I bet like 8/10 of it is disused. And I bet 8/10 of it has been disused for a long, long time. And what do you see also on the streets of Swindon? Homeless people. I was like, what the fuck are you people doing? I mean, really? Like, and you know, like they walk around like, yeah, like gammon, basically. Like, you know, the gammon waddle about and like, no, bloody homeless people. And you know, I want my money and I want my property. I want my house. And I want my house prices to go down. It's like, yeah, you do, because you want them to be more affordable, you fucking melon. Fucking idiotic pricks. Also want to cut inflation so your money's worth more. People like don't fucking understand shit in this country about anything. And like all Barrett's development built on a greenfield site because corrupt local councillors get, you know, like take backhanders from the big developers, and you know, that gets passed, doesn't it, through county council. Like, you know, the farmers whose land it is, like, they're only too fucking happy to take a compulsory purchase order. It's like money, money, money that you can be chasing through or chasing the council for decades, I bet, if they ever give it to you on a compulsory purchase order. Now I'm just looking now also like industrial buildings for sale, but half of which we probably don't fucking need even at this point. A brand new industrial estate was that like Ipswich on Glasgow, through big old like warehouses, all this stuff. Like either like somehow turn it into flats. It's like, you know, and like I'm not here to tell builders how to do their jobs, but like get creative, you know, inventive with it. Knock it down, possibly build flats there instead. Was like 300 grand, and it's not even that expensive very often. And get like 50 flats in that. That's the thing. And you know, change of use and so on from an industrial building and to flats. I can't see why that'd be an issue in the planning department of wherever it is. Yeah, loads and loads of it. And even little other things, like on the way back from Frome the other day in a taxi, there's this old garden centre just on the side of the road going towards Westbury. It's like brownfield site, not a big one, a little one, granted, but like it's something, isn't it? Houses, little flat complex. It's just tucked away like in the woods, and it's already foundation there, like when on the side of the road. There, build something there. Builders build it, sell it, you make your money. Or you can like overcharge it, and like what they want to do is like build a new Persimmon or Barrett's development of like all these crappy new houses that like look like some sort of ghoulish ghost town thing, or like some sort of postmodern uh, impressionist kind of take on what a British house ought to look like. And like it's like some not quite a townhouse, it's not quite a cottage. It's like a horrible bit of like quasi suburban urban sprawl. And they just look crap because you if you live around there, you know what was there before, and what was there before was a bit of like disused land, more than likely. I was like, but it looked better than that. As a sort of habitat for wildlife and so on. Like, and at the moment with Ukraine and the fact that we got like some food and energy crisis, and prices of everything are going up because of supply chain disruption due to that. Like, we just don't need to be sacrificing any land for houses. You got like a little community like farm going on. Like you could possibly use that disused land for a bit of agriculture, like seed beds, horticulture, polytunnels, whatever. If you know people were interested in that sort of thing, getting outside and getting their hands a bit dirty, which they're not, because they'd rather sit on their fat asses and vegetate on the couch while like watching like pointless game shows. Just going, like you know the waspish, like wheezing, coughing gammoners. The gammoners. Yeah, I invented that twist on gammon. Shouldn't say gammon really. It's kind of unfriendly, but I mean, you know, and people think it's about like working class people. It isn't. Like, it's about blowhardish people of right wing sensibilities. So like Jim Davidson, like he's working class gammon. Piers Morgan is middle class gammon, and Prince Andrew's upper class gammon. Just so happens like most gammon are working class because most people are working class. So yeah, gammoners. Oh man, we want to go down the beach today. Like oh, when's you want to go? Nah, man, think gammon. All the gammon like flopped on the towels, and like you have to watch them on the train, look at them on the train. They're like, yeah, the fat bulges out of them, and like oh, got my stuff going to the beach, and whatnot. Yeah, like the opportunities for development. And by the way, also 200,000 plus properties have stood empty in 2021 for longer than 6 months. How residential properties, not even office space. And we act like there's a fucking housing crisis here. There is a housing crisis. Sort of like shiftless, exploitative, corrupt building firms wanting to just build on the greenfield, and like not willing to do a bit of frankly fucking building and convert like warehouses and stuff into flats or what have you. But I'll never sell it. It's like you would to someone. Tart it up a bit, make it look nice, put something on the outside, I don't know, some sort of murals. Get creative, make it look nice then. That's the fucking problem. And like, if we did this just a little bit more, we could solve homelessness like that. Like that. You solve like in a month. 200,000 homeless people, 200,000 empty properties. Government is very easy. Oh, I've got 200,000 people homeless on the streets or in hostels or sleeping on people's couches. Like, well, we know the solution to that then. Find 200 properties that stand empty, take them, requisition them with compulsory purchase orders, and just give them to the homeless. It is simple. It is easy peasy. There are no homeless people in the Netherlands. I've never seen one. I've never seen a homeless person in Holland, in the Netherlands, or in any part of Netherlands that I've been to. They don't seem to be any. We can fix this shit. I doubt Germany has a huge homeless problem either. I happen to know it doesn't actually, and that they have very, very nice accommodation that's very, very inexpensive. And I mean like €1 a month expensive or €1 a year expensive. Yeah, for the poorest people in Germany. And it looks phenomenal. Yeah, in this stingy, tight, fucking grubby, greasy fisted, horrible little like shit pit of a country, we can't get our fucking acts together and be a bit more generous and possibly do something for our poorest people. And because we can't see past our own fucking noses and realize that doing that sort of thing actually would make everyone richer because it'd give people more money, which they in turn would spend and put back into the economy. And by the way, more people would want to come here then and spend their money here. That's the additional element of it. But no, you insist on uglifying one of our greatest natural assets, which is our beautiful countryside, with like terrifying shite looking bits of urban sprawl in suburbia. And the sprawl like extends like beyond like the limits of market towns and like the centers of market towns. Like what are they like? Jammed with traffic, obviously. And like no like real kind of conscientiousness in urban planning is at play at all, ever. They don't think about sort of like, oh, I got more cars, yeah, I got to build another road, like, more houses. Oh, like you're insane. That's the thing. Like these sorts of British people, you are insane. That's all. You're stupid and you're crazy. It's thick. It's lack of thinking ahead very often. You're like, yeah, urban planning. Like, what's the impact of that going to be? What's the impact of this going to be? Like, they probably actually are people like pointing all this stuff out. There's like corrupt, like local officials, councillors, like Tory body. Oh yeah, I think we need more houses. Like Jonathan Seed or whoever, like, scum runts, sucking too much horse cock on the old hump, whatever.